What up, everybody? We're here with a little, I don't even call it an episode or a lanyard. We just pause here.
Sneak peek.
We're pressing record and pause a lot. So yeah, this is a sneak peek at a beer. So about a month ago for my work at the Splendid Table, I went to Rising Sun Farm outside of River Falls, Wisconsin, to shoot video of this family farm making maple syrup the very old school way with a big evaporator and hand-fed fire and all this stuff. And while I was there, they gave me 4 gallons of sap. And this is sap water, what actually comes out of the tree. And they gave me some syrup. So I came home, instantly was like, I have to use this sap. Because they were like, it will go south after 3 or 4 days. Because it'll try to ferment or it'll get infected. The sap measured, I believe it was 10-12 on its own.
Yep.
So I devised a super kind of clean beer. I really wanted to taste the maple. It's just British Pale, best British Pale from Simpsons, and I think 1 pound of Vienna malt from Weyermann. I can't remember the hop, which is insane, but it was something very neutral. I think English. I think I stole it from another kit that I was going to brew. The point is, it turned out to be this like really nice golden ale brewed with sap instead of water, which boosted the gravity more than I thought in Beersmith, because you're like, oh yeah, there's already gravity.
Yes.
So, and a cup of this beautiful syrup. Their syrup is no joke. This is not your store-bought, I don't even want to throw a brand under the bus, but this is not some junk you buy at the supermarket. This is double cooked, essentially, caramelized, just beautiful, wonderful, true syrup. What you getting off this there, Paul? It should be about, it was 1068. It was supposed to be 1055, but because of me not taking the gravity of the sap into effect, so it's about 7.5%. It ended at like 1012. Which, if I'd been paying better attention, I would have actually forced it to stop a little higher by throwing it in the fridge.
You get some. It's not like huge maple in the nose or anything, but you get some.
I just get kind of like this earthiness.
Yeah, almost
this kind of like raw water quality.
I know in the flavor of it, I get kind of like a oaking type of a flavor. Almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just a hint, tiniest little hint of maple. It's hard to retain that because it just ferments out. But,
yeah.
I think it comes through some. It's not just malt and the.
Yeah, because if this beer was just the water, the malt, the hop, this would be, I think, just really thin. It'd be like a super thin English beer, but that syrup, the gravity, I agree with you. The woodiness, this is water that came out of a tree. So even when you taste it, it tastes like a very, very low-grade sweet tea. As a Southern kid, I know that flavor, and it was just like, man, this is dangerous. Like, I'd put this, I would carbonate this and have a keg of this instead of making syrup out of it. So, anyway.
Any thoughts on what you would do if you want more maple in this?
Maybe maple syrup later in fermentation, like 2 or 3 days in.
You could even now that it's kind of clear, you could rack that in, crash it, make sure there's no yeast in it, and then back sweeten a little bit with some syrup to taste now.
Kind of like a mead treatment.
Almost a mead, but don't.
Or a cider.
You're not stabilizing it though. You just have to crash it a lot to make sure there's no yeast in it, and then keep it in a keg. Don't bottle it.
Right.
That's
a good idea.
More maple that way.
I honestly feel like there's more maple than I thought there was going to be. It's a cup of high-grade, super rich, double caramelized syrup to a 3-gallon batch. So, but the mead maker over here trying to figure out how to back sweeten my beer. So there will be an episode on this at some point. I shot, video at this farm. I shot video of the process of brewing it. But this is a little sneak peek for all you special supporters out there. Chop for chop.
Brew for brew.
Maple for maple. Sap for sap.
Awesome.
This gives my cheeks a little glow. I can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting a little glow.
All this stuff.
It's almost like a dandelion wine, actually. But a little less strong.